What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy, MM2K of PNTS Network and the Stadia Dosage platform, here again with another SSC podcast. SSC podcast number 97. We are 3 away. I was just telling the panel that once we do figure out what the hell we're going to do, stop picking our navels and playing in between our toes. Once we act like adults that we are and figure out what we're going to do here. I gotta figure out what we're going to do for show number 100. I want that to be cool and awesome and swanky, you know, all that stuff these cool kids say nowadays. But let me shut up, stop acting the minute, and let me introduce you to our panel. First, this guy, he called me one day. He said, MM2K, I just don't like you. I said, what? He said, yeah, I don't like you. And I never did. I said, all right, well, same thing my family tells me. What they normally do is they just stay away from me for a month and then they can tolerate me again. He said, okay. And he called me up and he said, all right, it worked, MM2K, so I'm going to come back. And that's our good friend, Peter Cottontail. Pete, how you doing, man?
I'm not here. If I hate you so much, I'm not here.
Pete, the community hasn't heard me, you know, bother you for a long time. It was well overdue. You should have known better. Now, what's going on, good brother? How you been, man?
Nothing, man. Work got me working like a work. But, I mean, other than that, I've been great. I actually have a day off. I've been excited to get back to the shows. I've been trying, man. I've been trying to get back on the show, and I'm just like, my schedule hasn't allowed it. But today I can. So I'm super excited for it today.
We're super excited to have you. And I'm so super excited. See, I had the luxury of when you weren't here, of me being a horrible host and me not sharing my screen so the panel knows what the hell I'm talking about. I was horrible, dude. I got away with so much while you were gone. It was beautiful. No, but I'm now doing the things that I'm supposed to do, Pete, because you scare me. You put the fear in me. So I know I got to do right, or Pete's gonna get me. But no, brother, good to have you back, man. I know, yeah, we tried to do some like we were going to move the show to Tuesday to help Pete, and then his job screwed him over on his schedule, and then he couldn't do it until Monday, and I'm like, oh damn. So you know, we've been trying to get you back on, so we're glad that we were able to do that this week. Glad to have you. With that said, we're going to bring back another panel. It's been lighting up the scene on SSC Podcast. I have the pleasure of being a guest or co-host or whatever they want to call me tomorrow on Cloudy Thoughts. That is our good friend Lo-Fi Monk. Lo-Fi, how you doing today, man?
Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? Shout out to chat, man. A lot of my friends in the chat right now.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on, Lo-Fi? What's up with you, brother? How you feeling today?
Man, today is an awesome day. It's really hot. But there's a lot of good stuff going on. It's keeping me busy inside, so I'm staying out of the heat.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, just been doing a lot of creator and you know, just hanging out with my friends and doing Stadia stuff. That's
what's up, man. If I knew the lyrics, I would sing the song to the Spice Girl, All About Your Friends or whatever the hell that's called, you know, but I don't want to embarrass myself that much today. I've done enough. So Lo-Fi, also I want to throw out there, we're going to be talking at the end of the show because you got a nice surprise that you want to help us reveal, right?
Yeah.
We got a nice little surprise that we're going to talk about. Can you give the people, I know I'm throwing you off because we didn't even talk about me doing this, but I go all over the place. Can you give the people just a little hint of what we could be talking about? Just, you know, just to tease people.
How about I just drop a couple names?
So yeah, that works. That's fantastic.
Stadia Pro Gaming.
Woo!
Ray, the gaming cyborg.
Oh man. Jesus.
Main game.
Woo!
But I'll just
I said you're gonna stop right there.
Into that.
Because guess what, people? There's more. No, let me say, there's more people. We're going to reveal it all at the end of the show. Yes, I did not have my medicine today. Sorry. I'm just so excited. I'm excited. We got Pete here. Lo-Fi's going to do the show reveal. And we got some good Stadia stuff to talk about, man. Sure. Cowboy, I see you in the chat. Cowboy says, hey, Pete doesn't like me either, so don't feel bad. He still got me blocked on Twitter.
It's going to stay blocked.
and it shall remain. He said it shall remain. Shout out to Cowboy. We love you, Cowboy. With that being said, let's get on with today's show. All right. So this is episode 97. Today we talk FIFA 23 officially announced. Some breaking news about some Ubisoft cancellations and delays. We revealed a brand new show, like I said, with Lo-Fi Monk. And if we can squeeze it in, if we have enough time to do it, I'm going to talk about some cool community milestones. If not, we can save it for another show. All right. So to kick off some of the preliminary stuff and pay the bills, you know how we do. Let me show you something. This is the website, StadiaDosage.com, your home for the latest and greatest in Stadia news. I wasn't supposed to go here yet. Okay. One of our first topics is FIFA, but there's something that we got going on called Giftapalooza, right? It's sponsored by StadiaDosage.com. And what that does is that allows you find men and women in the chat that want to talk stuff and call us names or whatever. As long as you're a subscriber, do it to your heart's content, but make sure that when the raffle bell goes off, you hit exclamation point raffle, because that'll qualify you for an opportunity to win a gift card or cash prize today. We're giving out, another cash prize, and we're doing it all month of July. We're really doing it up to August 5th. Any live show on this channel, if you're in the chat and you're a subscriber, you have an opportunity to win a cash prize, all right, of at least $25. Okay, so I wanted to remind everybody about that. Also, let me see if I can find community. The community championships, there we go, are up and running right now. Oh, man. And here's the tournament format for the community. Well, if you don't know what the community championships it consists of 4 weekly qualifying rounds that are open to everyone on Stadia, and a real-time finale that will be live broadcast. The grand prize is $500 with lots and lots of weekly and mini event prizes as well. Week 1 started this Monday. And here's the tournament format. It's 4-week-long qualifying rounds, $100 at least in prizes each week. There will be 4 qualifying weeks, starting this week, of course, with a single game competition each week. And in each qualifying week, you can participate throughout the week at your leisure. But recording your submission either with Stadia's direct stream or through a recording app like OBS or something like that will be required. The winner of each week's competition will be awarded $50 via Google Play Credit or PayPal. The runner-ups receive $25. In addition, the most entertaining submissions each week will receive $25. So week 1, we're starting off with Hitman 1, and all the games are Stadia Pro games. You know what I mean? So if you're smart enough, if you're a smart whippersnapper and you subscribe to Stadia Pro, should be able to participate in all of these games. So nothing better than to cool off in the summer, cool off with some gaming, and win some cash prizes along the way. So what you're going to want to do to find out more about that, go to StadiaDosage.com, go to the community tab, and look at community events, like I'm doing here. Go to Cloud Gaming Championships 2022. All right. Last but certainly not least, we always do our game status. So this is 2022. In 2022, we are up to 41 games as of July 15th. We always like to do a comparison between 2020, which is very similar, and how games rolled out slow earlier in the year, but seem to be picking up pace in the latter part of the year. So as we were at July 15th, 2020, we actually only had 39 games. So we're 2 games ahead of that. So continue to just check out, look at the comparisons, check the precedent before you go freak out. I still believe that they're going to reach 100 games. We're just going to have to watch it and see. And then I think as far as the wiki is concerned, I think we can see like the pro games list, the most recent additions to the pro games. Is there a list of that? Oh, go ahead.
What's the total for the year so far? The
total for the year so far is 41. I'm sorry. Now, do you mean games all together, include for by the end of this year, or just for 2022?
Just for 2022.
Oh yeah, 41 games. So
man, they can do it.
Yeah, they can do it. Yeah, they
That's
like
easy. That's
yeah, they
easy.
just started dropping like what 3 or 4 games a week or something like that, and they actually were at 108 by the end of 2020. So we've been here before. I just again we talked about this ad nauseum. I think too many of us fell victim to the infamous "killed by Google." You fell victim to that. That guy's an idiot. I actually said, "You're an idiot," and he said, "Okay, fine." You know, he said, "I'm just doing this for fun." He said, "I don't look up none of this stuff, and you guys are paying me all this attention on Twitter, wherever I'm getting put in ads and stuff like that." He said, "The joke's on you." You know what I mean? Pretty in so many words. So I'm like, well, you know what? I can't be mad at him. He's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He told you he's a false prophet. You guys still follow. So too many people were following this guy behind this account. He just goes on these long diatribes that are all false. And he just says, hot take, you know, and then when you call him out on it, he says, well, I said it was a hot take. I didn't say I know what I was talking. He does it all the time. So it's just it's comical and sad at the same time to see it. But yeah, I think because of that, people
Genius.
think yeah. Hey, he's taking advantage of the modern day psyche. Modern day psyche just goes for shock. Just goes for shock and all. And the fact that he's out here and he's so go ahead.
Sorry. No, he doesn't like me. The guy behind there does not. I called him out so many times, dude, and he's like such and such, or like it's gonna die here. I was like, every day you come up with this came and gone, and it's still here. He doesn't like me very much.
Oh, he's blocked me too because he's admitted his case that he don't know what he's talking about. He's just doing this for attention. But he got sick and tired of me every time him popping up talking about Stadia. There I was with the facts and making him look dumb, so he blocked me too. So, you know, but I get hey, look, man, I can't be mad at the hustle. You can't be mad at the hustle, got to be mad at the game, you know? And unfortunately, the NPCs in this game just aren't smart enough to be wiser and not pay that guy any attention. But anywho, but yeah, that's where we're at. We're at 41 games. We're ahead of pace of 2020. So I expect, again, I'm not saying with 100% certainty, but I expect I'm going to reach 100 games this year. And we got some cool ones coming. Stadia, Saints Row. We got Resident Evil content dropping. That's dope. We also got Rollerblades confirmed and Skull and Bones confirmed. So along with FIFA 23. Jesus, I almost forgot about that. We got some stuff.
And there's still the Avatar rumor.
Well, it looks like it got pushed back. We're actually going to talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it did get pushed back.
Yeah, it got pushed back. That's actually so. Again, tweet this out, let everybody know that we're live, and if no one else joins, that just increases the chances for you to win one of these gift cards. All right. Geek to Sneak said that's exactly why I don't argue with them. Exactly, and it's to the point. And we're going to talk about this later too. Like lo-fi's class, I like to put different classes of the of people that entered into the community. So the first class were the people that started in 2019. Shout out to all of them. That's the Sunny Cloud Gaming's class. They were here since the beginning, and others were here since the beginning. You know, since like the summer of 2019, right? Talking about Stadia, and then there was my class. I want to say the second class where we came like right before or after launch. Because we actually got the platform in our hands and we played it, and we were like, wow, this is not as bad as people are making it out to be. So, let me try to buck this foolishness out here and talk truth to power. So that's my class. The second class would be, or the third class would be, I'm going to say the third class is more or less like lo-fi and purple haze. You guys seem, and Primo, you guys seem to be a lot wiser than even my class, because you know what the platform is, you know what it isn't, and you don't cry over spilt milk. You understand where things are. You know how to be disappointed and call out the disappointment and be critical without acting like the door is closing every day. Like, why do you think that is, Lo-Fi?
To be honest, I really don't know. It's I really don't know why that is. But yeah, it's at least from me starting as a content creator coming up, I just happened to find a lot of people that were like on the same vibe. Like I got really lucky, I feel like.
Yeah. Pete, I mean, what you've been around for a while, right?
I've been around. I'm old. Yeah, I've been around.
Yeah, you're an old schooler. You're an old schooler. I mean, so you've seen the difference between, like, I think you came in like a little bit after me. You were just, instead of creating content, you were up there just back slapping people on Twitter. So our own little like Tim Dog of the Xbox community. That's what you were doing. So what do you think is the difference for those that are new and don't understand how the dynamics of things change? Why do you think that Lo-Fi's class of Stadia community members, why do you think they have a better grasp and a better understanding of what's going on than our class of community members?
I want to say it's just because they weren't exposed to a lot of those like they didn't get caught up in like those initial rumors
I was
of
gonna
Stadia doing that.
I was gonna say I kind of came in blind to everything because I just did my own research. I didn't really see any of the rumors or the this and that. Like I didn't know anything about SG&E closing. I didn't know any of that.
Like me, like when I first came into Stadia was like I think like right after they got out of like Project Stream and it like became like officially Stadia. So I I came in like right before, like right after Founders and stuff was like done. And I got it for Christmas and I was like, hey, I was like, what is this? And he's like, oh, it's such and such. He's like, just give it a shot. And I was like, okay. So I set it up, bro, and then instantly I was like, I don't care what anybody says. I was like, it ain't perfect, but I was like,
yeah.
It's because, bro, I can't tell you how many times I was like when I was younger, and my parents were all like, hey, we're gonna go grocery shopping. You need to turn off your game. And I'm in the middle of something, and I was like praying. I was like, please don't let my console turn off and make me lose progress. And then now I'm just like, all right, you guys can go shopping. I'm gonna chill out in the car and just play.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
you're good.
Yeah. Oh man, I know.
Yeah, for me, it was like I just hadn't experienced anything like that since on live. It was the only thing that's been that good. So, I didn't hear any of the rumors or any of that stuff,
or the false expectations and stuff like
Yeah, and I'm already in the middle of enjoying the platform by the time people are starting to tell me about this stuff, and I'm just like, but I'm good. It's good.
Yeah. So it sounds like a lot of the sensationalized, which I've been saying, some of a lot of the sensationalized community stuff that just added, to the smoke and mirrors. You guys were void of that, and I kind of helped. Yeah, things were different. We kind of were like, we were monolithic in a way. I think a little bit too monolithic to where when I came in, it was like the content creator set the tone, and sometimes we would wag the fingers at the community members. This is what you should do and that you should do. And it worked because it kept some cohesiveness, but it just wasn't organic enough to deal with the actuality of a content creator and a consumer. A content creator isn't the leader. The content creator is just is creating a commodity. He or she is speaking, and people will invest their time or even money or patronage into that. Nobody's leading anybody. And over time, the community, let us know that, like, no, you don't wag your finger at us. You know what I mean? So,
see, though, it's like Purple always says, the proof is in the playing. And it's like when I was coming up at the beginning, it's like all I'm doing is playing.
Yeah,
I'm playing the games, and then after the fact, people saying things to me, and it's like I'm obviously enjoying it. Why am I?
Yep, I don't care.
Yeah. No,
care.
it is right.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I think with the earlier groups, we got so caught up in more of the community and what the community is saying, opposed to, look, I'm enjoying this, and like you just said, lo-fi, I don't care what the noise is around me. I think we were so embedded, and a lot of that was good. Like there was a lot of great stuff that was going on, and because of that cohesiveness. But then sometimes it became smoke and mirrors, and then we lost focus on, okay, what's actually going on, opposed to our emotions.
Because some people say, oh, it's the games, or oh, it's the graphics, or oh, it's the whatever hardware they're using. It's like, dude, it comes down to that gamepad in my hand. What's happening to me between that and the screen. That's it. That's really what it comes down to.
Let me say this. I'm gonna say this, especially as someone who's been gaming for 35 plus years, longer than a lot of people have been born. Even some of you that are listening to this.
Could be my grandpa.
Yeah, I could be your pap. I game the way that I want to game. Sometimes me playing a game isn't beating it. If there's like AI, this open world, I just like going around causing havoc. That's what I do with Far Cry 5. I have like an insane amount of hours in Far Cry 5, and I'm not even 40% done with that world. I just like going and causing havoc. I game how I want to game. Nobody has the crown for what is a gamer. So don't let anybody tell you the way that you game is obsolete or it doesn't matter or any of that stuff. It matters. And if Stadia scratches your itch to where the way that you like to game, it brings you to the forefront to where you were like, you know what, I'm done with it. And now you're like, oh, okay, this scratches my itch because I ain't got to worry about downloads. It's convenient, cost effective, whatever the case may be. There's nothing wrong with it. I've beaten more games than people have played. So when I hear people try to define what a gamer is, it makes the eyes roll in the back of my head. You're no less of a gamer than I am, and vice versa. So, however you like to game, if Stadia scratches that itch, if GFN scratches that itch, if Luna there's nothing wrong with it. Be proud that you found something that can keep you entertained.
I've never seen another platform just give you the keys for free.
Yep.
Yo, for real.
You know, that's always the thing with me. It ends there. Like they give you the platform. That part's free.
Yep.
All you gotta do is just dip your foot in. And it's not like you have to like.
And now all these trials.
Yeah, right. Now there's over 100 trials. I was like, it's very, very easy to like just jump in.
Yeah, like right off the bat, they're like, "Hey, we set you up to if you want to be a content creator on YouTube. There you go, right there. Easy. All free."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's an interesting comment in here that I really like in regards to our discussion. It's from Michael Ricci. He says, I think founders had higher expectations. Newer people had a more realistic expectation. Google overpromised the future when first announced. I think 2/3 of this statement is correct, to where I think founders had a higher expectation because they were doing what gamers, like even myself, traditionally did. And that was listen to the mainstream gaming media. Now, if you're a member here, Michael, then you would have heard this content. If not, I suggest you become a member. We exposed through a timeline, specifically through Sound Off, how the mainstream media lied to the average consumer. They had the truth in their hands, but it wasn't plausible to them, so they threw it away, and they lied to the consumer listening, and told them that Stadia was going to be one thing. So a lot of these expectations that were set on Stadia were from the mainstream media. Stadia told you that you were going to be able to do things. They didn't tell you when. Just like, I can't remember which versions of the Xbox, whether albeit the 360 or Xbox One, they're like, oh, you're going to be able to do achievements and all this stuff. And then when you took it out of the box, those things weren't there. It was a future upgrade, a future innovation.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing, though. It's like you said, overpromise the future. It's the future hasn't happened yet.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. They didn't say this was immediate. And the thing that was ignored, Lo-Fi, which was an abomination to what journalism was doing, is there were big interviews with Richard Ledbetter of Eurogamer and other places where they specifically told you, contrary to what people believed. And it wasn't until like Storm and I went and revisited these interviews a year later, and people were like, oh, well, I mean, it would have mattered if I would have paid attention, if I would have saw that. Well, that again, we were all duped by the media. And yes, I think Stadia's at fault for not grabbing the bull by the horns a little bit sooner and saying, no, this is getting too wild. But even at that, the media had such a stranglehold on how we perceive this thing that it tainted our expectations of it without Stadia doing it themselves. Let me give you another example. I remember doing a podcast, and again, I'm not going to name any names because we all were just doing what you atypically do when you get news and stuff like that through certain sources. So we got information that World of Warcraft was coming, Apex was coming. There was all this news that came, and we were like, and I remember typing my friends that were hating on Stadia, in your face, World of Warcraft is coming, eat cow doo-doo. You know, I was just going crazy, right? None of it was true. It was all wrong. It was, and it was the media once again setting us up with all this hype. And then what do? We just follow what the rest did. We blame Stadia. Oh, Stadia, you didn't get Apex Legends. What the hell is wrong with you? They never said they were getting it. That was something the media made up. So I urge people that if you're not, because nobody's done this. Nobody. I mean, we've talked about things up until, I want to say, the interview with Phil Harrison, Maj Bakar, and stuff like right before release. But I'm talking about before they even revealed Stadia. Nobody's done this. When it was Project Yeti, look at the cycle of misinformation that the mainstream media provided all the way up until the reveal. And then you'll say to yourself, damn, they got us. You know what I'm saying? So I do agree that the community that started off here, because of that misinformation, they had higher expectations. They thought Stadia was trying to buck with PlayStation and Xbox, but had they've been paying attention to the facts and the things that Stadia was saying, we would have all realized later. I fell into that too. It wasn't until later in 2020 that facts were starting to hit me, and I realized, and I had a revelation, and I even had to drop a diss video on myself. MM2K had it wrong all along, and I had to repivot. So I get your point. I agree with 2/3 of it. Definitely, there were different expectations set, and it was set because of the media. Stadia didn't do the best job clearing it up, but still, the media was so thick and so strong in those expectations. And people like Lo-Fi and Purple, they weren't, victim to that. Or maybe even if they were around, they would have been smarter to not listen to that. And now they know what the platform is, and they don't have those expectations. So, but great conversation nonetheless. Let me see here. I think GDC over 2019 over promised. Yeah,
I was just reading that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where they over promised. I think if you saw the 10.7 teraflops or whatever it was, that you got to understand, GDC is their introduction. It's the Gamer Developers Conference. So that's the first time that developers are seeing it. So they're letting developers know what's under the hood. Now, did they want to tantalize some gamers with teraflops? Yeah, but all you're doing is showing teraflops. That doesn't tell the whole story. What happened is, after the media saw that, they just went on this world tour of misinformation. I know, because there are, I'm not going to name their names, there are major media people sat down with Phil Harrison for their 100th interview that I was talking to on Discord and on live on their shows, and they were also feeding into the misinformation. So I'm sorry, people, what were you going to say, brother?
No, I was just reading that too, and it's like I kind of like I don't. I was like thinking back. I was like, I'm not sure where they actually overpromised because people hinged on like one or two words,
Mm-hmm.
and then media straight up took it and was like, "Oh, this is possible. That's possible. This could be this.
Yeah.
This could be that." But like,
Yes,
none of
it
it
was
was
the media
actually
branch off. Yeah, it was the media branch off. The only thing that happened on the stage where they said something, again, no timelines were given. It's kind of like what me and Lo-Fi was talking about earlier. Xbox, oh, you're gonna have achievements. When I first got my 360, were the achievements there? No, I had to wait for it. It was a future patch. Stadia never said this stuff was coming out of the box.
That's just the media taking advantage of impatient.
Yeah, exactly. What it was, Lo-Fi, and people have short-term memories, is that gamers in the media, they were so fed up. See, Xbox Game Pass wasn't the big love letter to the game journalists that it is now. Back then, they couldn't stand Game Pass. They thought it was a waste. They thought it was a sham. I remember.
Oh, you still hear people having those conversations. You know what I mean? The grass is greener on the other side.
Mm-hmm. I tried to. I remember when we had podcasts, talking to major podcasters. We couldn't give away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Some of you were here because we're giving away Google gift credit, right? We're not giving away $1 million, but we're giving away some. When we would tell people that we were giving away gift Game Pass, they wouldn't show up. They thought we were. They thought we were shamming them. They said that no, I don't want that trash, and they didn't use the word trash. Trust me. So at that point in time, the media and everybody was sour on Xbox. What they thought was because they couldn't understand why Google would be doing what they're doing because they didn't understand they didn't understand the dynamics of cloud gaming and why it had to start early and build up for years later. They thought Google were getting into this to immediately compete with Game Pass and immediately take Xbox out of the picture. And that's what people wanted then. They were so upset with Xbox. They were tired of them. They didn't like their games. PlayStation was the darling. So Google was going to come take Xbox out. Great. That's what people were thinking and hoping. And when they made those predictions and those predictions didn't come true, then they soured on Google like it was Google's fault. And then they kept going and going and going. And then what helped solidify their false anger against Google was killed by Microsoft. Here comes killed by Microsoft. Well, see, this is why we hate on Google, because they kill everything. And all they're going to do is kill Stadia. And the rest is history. You know what I mean? So.
Man, but let me ask you something. We were just talking about teraflops and all of this and that.
Yep.
How come you could play the simplest looking like kids game and still you got this loading bar that takes forever when you're starting the game?
That's right.
Dude, that defeats the purpose. Like, again, nothing against these platforms. That's why I'm personally not sold on GFN and why I'm not personally sold on that one. It defeats the purpose of cloud gaming to me for it, A, to be expensive, and B, for me to need specific hardware in order to take advantage of what you're offering, aka the 3080 tier. I don't like the fact that I can't just play the 3080 tier on my dongle and get the same experience. I don't like that. It defeats the purpose of cloud gaming. If I want superior graphics and presentation, all like that, I'm just going to play natively. You know what I mean? I'll just like take the middleman out and I'm going to play natively. If I'm going to spend a lot of money,
good if you have a different experience everywhere. You know
exactly. Yeah, I don't like that. And then I don't like the load. What's the purpose of the load? But what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of these cloud platforms are just in the cloud, giving you access to dedicated device hamstrung experiences. They may not seem hamstrung now, but as we go into the future, and all you're doing is giving me a dedicated device experience over the cloud, it's going to be hamstrung. So that's just my take on it. Again, if anybody else loves the other platforms, fine, perfect, nothing wrong with it. Rising tide lifts all boats. But yeah, those are one of my pet peeves too. So don't forget, y'all, there's a poll We're asking people, when are you picking up FIFA 23? 4 answers are, I'm pre-ordering it on launch day, maybe sometime after launch, not at all. Right now, maybe sometime after launch is number 1. Let us know what your thoughts are, But no, Michael, nothing against you, Michael. I think, if that's your take on it, that's your take. Not to belliger the point or make it seem like that you're wrong. That's your take on it. I just feel differently, and just knowing and just talking to some of the high-end media people at the time before I even knew what a Stadia would be able to do. I remember having conversations with people, and we're checking out our GCP ping. I'm live on air with them. Hey, yo, so-and-so. Or I'm leaving a voice message for their show, and they're playing it live on air. Yo, you had recommend check out my GCP ping, and it's this and that. What do you think this means? Mainstream personality, and they're excited. I'm excited. You know what I mean? And they're making up conjecture. I'm believing it. You know what I'm saying? That was just the dynamic of then. But yeah, I would, as you suggested, I would check it out again. I would check out GDC 2019 again. All right. With that said, we are 40 minutes and we didn't even start the show. Let's start. Maybe we should start the show. Let's start with you, Pete. Hey, Pete. What have you been playing since last time? Or what you been playing this week, buddy?
Bro, everything, man. So I've been playing, I don't know why, I've been starting to get back into, if any of y'all remember the Artix entertainment games, I've, been getting back into those. I have no idea why. I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter Rise. I have been ashamed to say that I bought into Star Citizen, but dude, the game is so fun when you have people to play with. It's just like GTA in space, and it's a lot of fun. I also been playing Stray. I've been playing Call of Duty. I've been playing Fortnite. I've been playing Rocket League, League of Legends. I've been kind of just bouncing around. I've been on Stadia. Too many things to count, I guess. I've been literally all over the place, and my PC is I have my TV, but I don't know, my PC is just my central hub for playing whatever. And they're all like, you have a PC, why do you play Stadia? And I'm like, because I can. And what if I don't want to sit at my PC?
Yeah, exactly.
And then play Stadia? What if I want to take a bath and play Stadia? What if I'm just in the bathroom and I don't want to watch YouTube videos when I could just play instead? Yeah. So I've kind of just been everywhere. I've been playing everything.
Cool. Lo-Fi, what you been playing, good friend?
This week I've been playing a lot of Crata.
Oh, yeah, I see that you're trying to learn
a lot of
that.
Crata.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my way around and see how everything works. I'm still in the middle of playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Just my wife's schedule's been kind of busy, but it'll be back. So.
Cool. Well, if you guys been following my streams, I've been playing a lot of Division 2, of course. And that's it. Just been all Division 2. We tried a raid last week, y'all. And Pete, I don't know what your schedule is this Saturday, but we're going to try it again. So if we be chatting it up in the Discord or whatever, just check us out if you want to join.
Is that the 30th?
The 23rd.
Okay, maybe. Okay. I'm just telling you, on the 30th, I'm going to be playing D&D for the first time ever.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. But I might. Maybe. I think I can. Cool. I don't know. It depends on what time I get off of work.
Look,
sure.
Hey, dude, we thought that we were going to get together on a random Thursday, try a raid for 15, 20 minutes, and then we'd have it down packed. Dude, we were all over the place for 5 hours. We didn't get anywhere. So trust me, it's going to take a lot of training for us to get ready to do an official raid. So you got plenty of time to link up with us. But we usually do it. Geek to Sneak know what I'm talking about. But we usually do it. What, Geek, around 11 a.m. Eastern? we start doing it. I may not be available this Saturday, but when I am available, I try to record it so people can see us like go all over the place and just do crazy stuff. But it was comical. It was comical. Geek had me dying because they couldn't hear me. I wasn't team captain. I don't know who was considered the team captain. I guess Casey. They couldn't hear me, so I'm like yelling stuff at them. But Geek is getting shot up, and you're not telling me that I'm getting shot. You know, people are shooting at me. It was some great stuff to watch. So if you want to see us try to knock some rust off and getting ready for a raid, go either to Stadia Dosage streams or go to MM2K videos on YouTube and check out its Division 2 raid. And it's about 3 or 4 hours, but it's a lot of fun. So that's it for all the games that we've been playing. Let's get into the actual news. All right. So let's talk about it, y'all. Breaking news. Ubisoft fiscal 2022 through 2024 information has been kind of like thrown out there. And what I mean by that is, reason why I got such a wide gap is because there's some delays and there's some cancellations. You know how we do. Let me show you something. All right, so this is coming from Stephen Totilo of Axios. I didn't realize Axios was getting so heavy in the gaming, but I guess they are now. So Stephen Totilo of Axios said, Ubisoft has canceled development of Splinter Cell VR and Ghost Recon Frontline and 2 other unannounced games. Then here's the Ubisoft report via its investor call today that was showing the games that are coming to the platform by the end of September 2022. And there is on a positive note, we've gotten information on Roller Champions. It looks like that it's coming any time between now and the end of September 2022. So be expecting that.
Nice.
That being said, though, Avatar, I don't have a link for that. Avatar has been delayed until fiscal 2023 through 2024. So I don't know what that is calendar wise. Yeah, that's been pushed back about, maybe 6 months to even a year.
I'm cool with that. That game better be amazing.
Yeah. Those are Pete, I'll start with you. That's my thought too. We'll start with the delay. What are you bummed on the delay of Avatar?
I don't care about delays because it's like I seriously don't. Like I do, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I got so many games to play right now. It's like if a game is delayed, that just gives me more time to finish the games that I told myself I was going to finish a couple weeks ago. So it's like I have something to look forward to, but it's like if things happen, it's like things like delays and stuff, I'm just like, okay. I was like, that's fine. I was like, because then that gives them time to iron out major problems or something, because I know a lot of what's been happening is a game comes out, it's littered with bugs, blah, 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 it's all this other stuff, and all of a sudden people are just saying you should have delayed the game. So like them delays to me are fine. I'm totally okay with that. I have way too much of like a backlog to like keep up with to like worry about a delay. I mean, I'm excited for the game, but like I can wait.
Yep. Before I go to you, Lo-Fi, shout out to a long time. I had to bust a note at some point in time during the show. Y'all know that. Our longtime supporter, Consino. Thank you very much for the $20 super chat, my good friend. Thank you. Do you have a question or anything, Consino, that you or a comment that you want to throw in there? I've seen you churning it up on social media recently, man. I like your posts and stuff like that, man. So if you got an extra comment that you want to throw out there, definitely put it out there. Thank you so much for your long-term support. Can't do this without people like you, man. Appreciate it. Lo-Fi, what are your thoughts on the delay of Avatar? You with Pete or you? This is a hell no, we won't go. What do you think?
No, I mean, look, this is the type of game that you're not really worried about it unless you're into Avatar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you're into Avatar, you want them to do the best they can do. So the delay is probably a good thing for you.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know this is gonna be Cap. Someone is gonna sit there and say, oh, MM2K, you're just trying to make excuses for Stadia, even though Stadia is not the developer here. You're just making an excuse. I've never seen an Avatar movie. I don't even know what the hell it's about. All I know is it's blue people and spears. That's all I know. Never seen the movie. Yeah, my kids call me, well, you haven't seen Avatar, Dad? No, I haven't.
Man, I saw it at IMAX in 3D. And if you don't see it in IMAX in 3D, I just don't get what the big deal is about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I hear all the time too. Like, I know it's been re-released like multiple times and stuff like that, and I'll catch it there. But I've just never, I mean, I hear the movie's long as hell, and I don't know what these blue people are doing. I remember I saw the first 5 minutes. A man was walking, it looks like the streets of Japan, and then the next thing I saw blue people, and I said, hell no, I can't do this right now. I'm not in the mood. So I'll get to it later. It's probably a fantastic movie, don't get me wrong. But I don't know
the cinematography is fantastic. It's the story doesn't make much sense, but like the cinematography is like, I don't know. I think you'd have to be like a movie buff to
appreciate it.
To appreciate that movie. Like the story is very, very loosely put together, but like, and you can tell with the sequel, like it connects, but like you would never know unless you sat through the full first movie.
You know what, Pete? That kind of reminds me of Batman, the Batman. Like the Batman story to me wasn't the most awesome story. It was the cinematography of it and the aura that it gave you, and it made you feel like that you were in a freaking comic book. So yeah, I can appreciate that. I just need to stop being a geezer and say, okay, let me watch this movie.
It's supposed to be like based off that what was that cartoon about the rainforest back in the day?
Oh, dude, hold on. Yeah, oh Jesus, not Captain America. Not Captain.
I think Robin Williams was in it.
No, I know what you're talking about. It was the wait. Are you talking about that one where it's like the Savior of the Earth or some old cartoon show?
Yeah, it's a old cartoon movie.
Dude,
like Robin Williams was like a little bat.
Oh, that one. Oh shoot, yeah.
Hold on, I'm like actually like
I know. I think I know what you're talking about, but that one's completely is void of my brain. I'm thinking. I was thinking of Captain Planet.
It was called The Last Rainforest.
Oh
yeah,
Ferngully.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay, all right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is old, and it's bad that like I don't recall the name, but I see that bat character, and it's like instantly like, oh, I remember this now.
Jeez Louise, Ferngully.
We're old, man. Jesus
Christ. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. I mean, I'll check it out. I'm gonna watch it. There's a lot of. I've been watching Heroes. Again,
Heroes.
I love that show.
Have you? That's a good show, bro.
I love that show.
Heroes is great.
Yeah. So I went back. I started watching Heroes again. So yeah, I mean, I got time to watch that.
The boys, man.
Oh, the boy.
Yeah. I do not stop it. I'm on season 5, episode 5 of season 3. Stop it.
Oh, you don't. Yeah, don't.
We are not.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, the boys never disappoints. Never disappoints. What is another one? I know we're going off topic. This could probably be an after show topic. I just finished Resident Evil.
You know what? I heard it wasn't that good, and I'm afraid to watch it. But it's like,
here's what it is. Here's the problem with Resident Evil. Have you seen Superman and Lois, the new Superman show that's on CW?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's actually a good show, but it takes canon and spits in it and just throws it to the wind. Like, yeah. It's you've seen it, Lo-Fi?
No, but that's usually the problem with these movies.
Exactly. Yes. Like, they're trying to modernize them.
Oh Jesus, that makes
Yeah,
me not.
they're trying to
I feel
modernize
all
them
it here,
for.
and I don't for like today's like audiences kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
No, bro, I don't
Yep.
even want to watch it. That
That's what it.
no, you don't
And
do
it's
that.
not bad, but the thing that's predominant in a lot of these shows now is focusing on the teen. And the teen's always doing the most egregious stuff that in my family would have got you shot in the neck. Doing the most egregious, self-centered, ignoramus stuff that destroys the world, and they just get a hug and a kiss and a pat in the ass and they go to bed. And then they take canon that you're used to, and they like, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but the second season has Bizarro and Superman. And Bizarro is one of my favorite. Bizarro is one of my favorite. Bizarro Superman.
Yeah,
Bizarro is one of my favorite characters. Wait till you see what they do to Bizarro. You're like, no, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Really
So,
making me not want to
yeah,
give it like a shot. Like I'm all for giving things a shot, but like this sounds like horrible. This is like ruining. It's like taking your childhood, putting
Mhm.
it on a stick, and then just watching the stick break over and over and over.
They're taking. I think, and the cool thing to do now with shows is to take shows and put tween juice over it. To a 12-year-old girls, a teenage girl's juice, and what would they like? And that's what Resident Evil feels like. That's what Resident Evil feels like. Resident Evil.
That is absolutely have to stop.
If they would have called it anything else, it would have been mediocre. It would have been like 7.5. But the fact that they put Resident Evil on it, and besides Raccoon City and T-Virus and Wesker and what the hell they've done to Wesker, oh my God. You will look at it and say, this has nothing to do with Resident Evil. What is this? So because they did that, and I think what they did is Netflix or somebody approached Capcom and said, look at Superman and Lois, because that's doing good in the ratings. We can tween modernize Resident Evil and have you see the same success.
No,
and
can't.
Capcom must have said
Resident
yes.
Evil is headshotting grotesque creatures and people
Yeah,
dying and zombies swarming. You can't just
yeah.
put sunshine and rainbows over Resident Evil and then act like everything is all good. Resident Evil is like everybody's gonna die and you better have a gun and do something because the T-virus is like out of control. Like gory, people being devoured, liquor is getting you, like everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's gore and stuff in it, but it's stupid stuff like mutated caterpillars. I mean, stuff that doesn't make it. It's not Resident. Yeah, it's not Resident Evil.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like Resident.
Yeah, so I mean, me and my wife were talking about this because my wife's not a gamer, but she loves Resident Evil, right? And she says no. She's like, I'm not watching that stuff, and she didn't use the word stuff. I'm not watching that stuff. That's not Resident Evil. She said, you as the gamer, I hear you screaming on the mic all day. You shouldn't be watching that either. And I said, shut up. That's what I want to watch. But yeah, this show is like kind of sucky a little bit. But it's not horrible. But if you're a gamer, like for those of you that know who U-Bowl is, I don't know if you guys remember him. He was the horrible film director that used to take our favorite video games and turn them into the worst films ever. And the whole internet back in the early 2000s used to, in the late 90s, used to just make up petitions that U-Bowl, like someone stop U-Bowl and take his credentials so he can't make another movie. Didn't
he do Postal or Going Postal?
Yeah, he did Postal. He did Blood Rain, I think. There's a bunch of movies. He did Crisis. He did like a lot of the video games that we adored back then.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He was horrible.
Just butchers. Yeah, no, this guy. Yeah, I'm starting to remember all of these movies now. They were just so bad. They were really, really bad.
Yeah. So U-Bowl, if this feels like a U-Bowl mutation, he would go against canon. It was just horrible. So this feels like a U-Bowl mutation. And if they would have just called anything else, it'd have been just some, fodder show to watch and to go through during the summer. But that's where they messed that up. So And you can't do that to video game shows. You can't do that. You got to follow canon. You got to follow lore when it comes to video game shows. Maybe you can do that with Superman and Lois. You can turn Bizarro into a vegan baker or whatever you want to do. You can't do that to you can't do what you do to Wesker. Like, wait till you guys see what they do. It's horrible. It's crazy. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on it. All right. I guess let's get back on the rails here. Let's get back on the show. Looks like Skull and Bones, Roller Champions, new Assassin's Creed game will close out 2022. Lo-Fi, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's some cool games to close out 2022 from Ubisoft?
Yeah, for sure. I think they're to me, they're doing the best right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to all their stuff.
Yeah, I love Ubisoft games. You guys know that. Glad that they're supportive of the platform, and I can't wait to see what they have offered. Ain't there a Resident Evil adult film? Oh, Ron, I don't know. I mean, this is a family show. I don't know.
There is the internet, my friend.
Resident Evil. I don't know what they call
it. Hey, there's rules of the internet, and just remember Rule 34. That's all you need to do.
Yeah. Ray says, MM2K, you're right about Resident Evil on Netflix. Yeah, I mean, they should have called it something else. My last question to you guys, and I'll start with you, Pete. Ghost Recon Frontlines, that got canceled. And then they said there's 2 other games that got canceled. Which I'm having, I mean, you know me, I'm the conspiracy theorist, got the foil on my head. Well, those other 2 games, well, first, let us know, are you salty that Ghost Recon Frontlines got canceled? And 2, do you think that the other 2 games could be Heartlands and or X-Defiant, or is that just me being panicky?
Ooh.
Okay, so the first part, I'm gonna be straight up. I totally forgot Ghost Recon's Frontline was even a thing. So like that's like, I'm just like, okay, whatever, cool. I totally, and then I was actually like looking at some articles about that, and I was like, I vaguely remembered this like popping up. No, so I don't care about that. Now, as for the 2, but it said that they're unannounced games. Those games have already been announced. So like,
and 2 other unannounced games. You could be, I could be reading that wrong. I think you know I got a problem. You know I got a problem.
Take the tinfoil hat off.
Take my medicine. I know.
I get it, but like I don't think so, because it says like 2 unannounced games, and it's games that no one's probably even heard about yet. So it's like, why would you like announce a game and then why would you? It doesn't make sense if it says unannounced and then you're like announcing a game that you like announced. Oh, see, okay, thank you, Clive. Clive said they confirmed X-Defiant and Heartlands are in testing phase. So no, those aren't canceled. Yeah. Okay, so they're not canceled. So the panicking can like
just take Metamucil and relax. I know, yeah.
Take your Metamucil, take your melatonin, and then just have a good night.
Just take a nap. Just take a nap and practice some muscle control. I know.
But like, as for like Frontline, dude, it's like I seriously, like, no joke, totally forgot that game even like existed. So like, that's like, I don't care about that game at all.
We didn't know anything about it. What do you think, Lo-Fi? I mean, are you bummed about Ghost Recon Frontlines, and or I mean, are you with me? Are you going to panic with me, or you're not going to panic with me about Heartlands and X-Defiant?
I don't want to panic. So I'm just going to have good faith that X-Defiant is doing just fine. But as far as Ghost Recon goes, I'm not really a fan of it. I don't really. That's a more tactical, right? So I've just never been into those.
I think that was supposed to be like the battle royale one. Like I can.
It was supposed to be like Warzone, but like Tom Clancy universe.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah. Just like
Oh,
X Defiant is more like Call of Duty ish with power ups. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
but
it's like that, but like just futuristic hacking drones. So I don't know.
yeah.
It seemed like a really like Warzone's already garbage, but like
Mhm.
it seemed like an even worse version of like Warzone. I don't know how to explain it.
I think
I'm
people
still skin
were
off
just
my back.
I think people were upset because they were expecting a palette cleanser from Breakpoint, which I thought Breakpoint was dope. I just wanted them to do a better job in polishing it on Stadia. But I think Breakpoint was dope. The sense of urgency.
Breakpoint is great if you have people to play with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. If you got people to play with, it's just yeah. That's my only. I'm curious on why they didn't brush it up, because that game was so ripe for Stadia, and I just think people were like, you know, I can't see past 10 feet. You know, it's so blurry. But if they would have brushed up on that a little bit more, that, you know, that would have been, it would have had way more attention than it did. Yeah, I'm not salty about that. I hope. I can't see. I mean, thank you, Cloud, for the clarification. I just can't see. But again, I'm paranoid. But I can't see X Defiant. Oh my gosh! Hold on one second.
Uh-oh.
Can you guys do me a huge favor? Can you guys talk about your the FIFA news? I'm gonna put it up on the screen and let me know what your thoughts are on FIFA. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes.
okay.
Okay.
His he's got to go put some more tape on his tinfoil hat.
It started falling off. You had to make sure that it was secured.
Yeah. So FIFA, that was confirmed, is what I understand. I'm not a FIFA fan, but that's cool. Especially with the expansion to Mexico coming, I think it was a good move.
Oh, 100%. And it's like, and another thing that I've been seeing is people are just like, hey, that's cool. Sorry, I will explain what I just did. So it's good that people were just like, why FIFA and not like Madden, which I've been seeing. And I was like, if you think about it, I was like, FIFA really is bigger, like on a global scale. I mean, I'm not that huge of a FIFA fan either, but like
Yeah,
on a global scale, it's just
it probably
better.
makes more sales too. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, it's just better than Madden. I was like, I think the
Look,
last
the Madden players that I know are sick of that game. Like, there's so much wrong with it. So,
bro, the last football game I played was NFL Street. That's like
that sounds
way
good
back.
though.
That NFL Street was great. I'm not gonna lie, that was very fun. It was a very fun game. But like I could see why FIFA and soccer is huge in Mexico. So like
Yeah. Well, it's huge
I can see
everywhere
why.
except
Well, yeah,
America.
like yeah, America's special. But like I'm glad that FIFA
And it's
23
pretty
is
big
coming
here.
because whatchamacallit, they had, because you had certain people saying, oh, it's out of the 5-game deal or whatever, and they come out with this, and I
Yeah.
was like, your whole thing just fell apart in 3 seconds.
Yeah. So saying we don't really know until we know. But yeah, I've heard that talk too about like how it's one of the big AAAs that it's really gonna hurt if it doesn't come to Stadia. It's like, I don't know about that, but yeah, it's
I
here.
was like,
It's
it would
coming.
suck, but like, if it didn't come, I'm not like freaking out over it. I'm just like, okay. I was like, FIFA 22's there, but then again, they act like everybody likes it. I was like, I'm not a huge FIFA fan. I was like, it's cool that it's there. I'm just personally like,
Oh, it looks amazing.
oh yeah,
I
it
just know
looks amazing.
absolutely nothing about soccer.
Yeah, I know like 3 positions on soccer. That's it. Like I'm just clueless. It looks really good, and like the gameplay makes me like want to play. I just never ever get around to it. But in other news regarding FIFA 23, it is nice to see that when you go to the EA site and they have the platforms available, and then you click Stadia, it does link directly to the game page on Stadia,
Oh
which is nice
wow,
to see. Yeah.
that is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
if you
saw
go to their
my
platforms,
first
it
Stadia
links
ad on
directly.
YouTube.
Did you now?
Yeah, yeah. I've never noticed one before, but I was on YouTube the other day and I was like, oh, there's a Stadia ad. Wow.
Yeah, I've seen them before, and it's like where it actually is, and people are just like they're not. Stadia has an issue with advertising. I mean, I totally get that. I agree with that, but like the ads that I have seen, it's literally like click to play. Like I click the game on the ad, and then it automatically opens up Stadia, and I was like,
Wow.
this is awesome. Yeah, like click to
Yeah,
play is
that's
a
how
thing
it
on
should
YouTube.
be.
Like the integration is there. I just like I seriously think that Google's basically just like we're not ready to like fully push this out. And Ray, I see you picking Man City. Why does everybody pick Manchester City? Like I don't know that much about soccer, but I see everybody like it's either Arsenal or Manchester City, like always. In terms of like your favorite like club team.
See, now you're just talking over my head.
I'm sorry. It's like I know my knowledge about soccer is very, very little, but I have close friends that are like huge soccer freaks,
Yeah.
and his favorite team I know is just Arsenal, and then there's Manchester City, like Ray, and so that's the only two like they're club teams. I just don't know which like teams, but they're noticeable names in like soccer. So yeah, that's basically like the extent of my knowledge. Like chat's just like nobody likes Manchester City. Chat knows what's going on. I don't.
Oh, Peter says I'm a Liverpool supporter.
Petter, let me ask
And
you, why
I saw Peter playing FIFA earlier.
Petter is always playing FIFA.
Not always, but yeah, he is playing it.
Yeah, chat could take it because I'm just like I know very, very, very little about FIFA at all,
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Hey guys.
What's like what the difference between a yellow and a red card is?
Yep,
Don't know.
don't ask me because I think red card is basically just like, hey, you're out of the game, just go.
All right. So I hate to have to do this, guys, but I unfortunately I have to get off and take care of something that just happened. What I am going to do though is we got enough time. I'm going to do the raffle right now.
Oh no, MM.
Yeah, I know. So we're gonna have to do a part 2 to this sometime or whatever, or just chalk this up as extra talk. But let me let's do the raffle right now. So let's do this. Let me go here to Streamlabs. Second here. My
I don't know.
fault, people.
Did everyone enter?
No, they didn't even enter yet. We were having such a good time talking about Resident Evil and everything else. Cloudbot. Let's go to giveaways. All right, and then
Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna shout out the new show.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Okay. So guys, coming up Saturday, there's gonna be a new show called Cloudy Game Reviews, and it's gonna be myself, Mr. Stadia Pro Gaming, Ray the Gaming Cyborg, Jeff Ganack, Purple Haze, and Main Games. And we're just going to be doing reviews of Stadia games. And there's going to be articles and shenanigans. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And y'all should be there. y'all should come and see us.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and hit exclamation point raffle now, everybody, so your tickets are registered. Yeah, we are so excited about the show. While you guys are putting your tickets in, just a couple of questions for Lo-Fi. So who again is all going to be in this show?
It's gonna be SPG, Ray the Gaming Cyborg, Jeff Ganack, Purple Haze, Main Games, and myself.
Cool. And what the panel is going to be doing is going to be talking about games. There's going to be articles about them on PNTS Network. There's going to be Stadia games right now, but we didn't want it to bump heads with the great effort that people are doing working with Jack over at StadiaDosage.com. So these are going to be reviews that are going to be at PNTSNetwork.com, and with the likelihood of this brand with Lo-Fi and SPG and company branching off and doing other types of platform reviews. So we'll talk about that in due time and later. But Lo-Fi, before we close out on this subject matter, who or what makes this show special to you?
Oh man, I mean, did you just hear the names I said? It's gonna be like, like you're gonna get every perspective of gaming. Like it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. It's like we all come from different walks of life. We all have a different perspective. We all have a different way of putting things, and it's gonna be something special.
Absolutely. I mean,
it's a lot of heavy hitters.
If you guys have seen these individuals together, there's side splitting, but there's going to be a serious side, some real in-depth analysis about these shows and all that great stuff. So you definitely don't want to miss it. It's this Saturday, and when is it starting again?
I believe I wrote this down. Hold on. It's subject to change. I promise you won't miss it. It's I think Saturday 9 a.m. Central Time.
Okay, cool.
But you won't miss it if you're subscribed to any of us. You will see it.
Everyone will make sure that you see it. All right.
Yeah.
With that said, again, definitely apologies to everyone. Hopefully we'll be able to make up for this with a full episode. But let's start with you, Lo-Fi. Where can the good people find you at?
You can find me at youtube.com/Lo-Fi Monk. That's LOFIMONK. And you can catch me on Cloudy Thoughts, 7 p.m. Central Time on Fridays. And this week, my guest is going to be none other than the Mr. MM2K himself.
Yes.
And I'll be joined by Purple Haze. And dude, it's going to be, this is going to be the big one.
Awesome. And our good friend Peter
and we have a giveaway.
Oh yeah, we do have a giveaway. Awesome. Peter Cottontail, where can the good people find you at?
Always on Twitter at foremost_GG. I spend like almost all of my time on Twitter. It's unhealthy. But I'm on Twitter. You guys can also find me on StadiaDosage.com, posting articles, any write-ups, thoughts, anything like that are about Stadia. Feel free to check me and everybody else out there as well. Also on PNTSNetwork.com. And that's basically where you can find me for right now.
Cool. All right, and you guys know where you can find me here on M2K videos and over at Stadia Dosage Plus. So let's do this. Let's close the entries. Hold on. Closed. And let's pick a winner. Uh-oh, hold on. You have no entries. What the hell are they talking about? Okay, hold on. We might have to do this again. Resume entries. Oh, I know what I did.
It's being a little funny today, huh?
I know what I did wrong. No, that was on me. No, wasn't on me. Did that right. Hold on, let's do this again. It's on YouTube. Giveaways. Oh, it's not working. Come on, man.
Herb says Streamlabs, I'll enter if I want to.
Okay. It's crazy. It's not working. Let me try this one more time. All right, go ahead, guys. Try to put in hashtag raffle again. I mean, not hashtag raffle, exclamation point raffle. Let me do it just to make sure it's working. Try it again. Everything's falling apart here. Let me make sure if it registers my. Oh, it's not even registering mine. We're gonna cancel it. I'm gonna cancel it, and then we're gonna try it again. Let's try it again. All right. Okay, now go ahead, give it a shot. Everybody, give it one more shot. Hopefully it works. If not, nope. It's not registering. All right, so let's do it this way. Yeah, it's not working. I'm sorry, people. So we're gonna have to do first come, first serve. And the way that we're gonna do it is, I got a number between 1 and 20. Put the number out there right now. The first person that gets the number wins. Sorry, I hate to do it that way.
Perp said hashtag 3Zs.
Really got to do it the old-fashioned way.
Let me, you know what? That's an inch. Hold on. Let me go to.
12, 19, 17, 15, 10. Hut.
69, of course, Ron.
Dude's sick. Oh, I don't see it yet.
Where's the food, Ron?
Don't see it yet. Mm-hmm. Nope, I still don't see it, man. You guys are you guys are bad at this. Jesus Christ. Hey.
You said between 1 and 20, right?
Yeah, okay. Finally, Purple Haze got it. Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
There's 9. The number was 9.
Congrats.
Okay. Shout out to Purple
GG.
Haze.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Purple Haze. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your participation. Sorry about that again. We're going to make it up to everybody again with the show. So, got to get out of here, take care of some stuff. But until next time, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.
Bye.
Later.